Hi everyone, welcome to my kitchen. Today in my recipe I'm going to show you how to make a Huli Soppu, also known as a soppina huli. Very popular dish from Karnataka. It's just essentially sambar. Huli means sambar and soppu means greens, any type of greens. It could be palak, amaranth, methi, all put together to make this delicious sambar. But today I'm going to be just using palak and then grinding a fresh sambar masala along with coconut to make this dish. So without wasting any time, let's just dive right in and I'll show you how to make the soppina huli. So the first thing I'm going to do is to cook the tur dal. So into my pressure cooker, I'm going to add tur dal. Tur dal is a very important ingredient in making sambar. So we're going to add a little bit of turmeric and a little bit of salt and add in some water. And we'll pressure cook the tur dal for about 2 whistles, then turn the heat to low and simmer it for about 3 to 4 minutes and then turn off the heat. Allow the pressure to release naturally because that's when the pressure is still on, the tur dal is still cooking. So let's just wait until then. So while the tur dal is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and make the fresh sambar powder. We have to roast all the ingredients and then grind it along with coconut to make it. So let's get started. So into my pan, first I'm going to add in the chana dal and the urad dal. So I'm going to roast the chana dal and urad dal until it becomes golden brown. It takes about 2 to 3 minutes on medium heat. Ensure that you don't roast it on high heat because otherwise it will brown faster and it will not be actually cooked from the inside. So let's just roast it. So notice that the dal has begun to turn golden brown. At this stage I'm going to go ahead and add in the methi seeds and all the other remaining ingredients, the black pepper, the coriander seeds, jeera, cumin, and the red chilies. So we'll just wait for all of these to roast for about 3 minutes. It'll start crackling and you will notice that the seeds will start crackling, the methi seeds will start popping out, the coriander will start popping out, and you'll start smelling the roasted aromas coming through. At which stage we will add in the coconut and roast it for a little bit more and then grind to make sambar powder. That's perfect. At this, go ahead and add in the coconut. And we'll roast it for about another minute more until just about a minute more so that the coconut gets toasted in the heat, and that's about it. So we'll just wait for that. This is good. I can smell the aromas of the coconut coming through. This is beautiful. I'm going to turn off the heat and allow it to cool and then grind it. So into my mixer grinder I'm going to go ahead and add in the roasted ingredients for the sambar powder, and we'll blend this to make a nice coarse powder. So that's it, this is done. Now we will put the tamarind and the sambar powder and palak together to make the tangy base for the sambar. So into my pressure cooker I'm going to go ahead and add in the tamarind water. I made this with about 30 grams of tamarind soaked in hot water for about 15 minutes and then extracted out the tamarind water twice in a row by adding half to 1 cup of water and then extracted it completely. So we got about 1.5 cups of tamarind water. Okay, and to this I'm just going to go ahead and add in my palak. You can add mixed bag of greens from amaranth, palak and methi as well, and all three combined. And you can also add dill leaves and it tastes really nice in a sambar. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and add in the onions. The onions gets cooked. You can also add baby onions, and I'm going to add in the jaggery. A little bit of jaggery is added in the Karnataka Style Sambar. We'll add in a little bit of salt, a little bit of turmeric powder, and our freshly ground sambar powder. Right, I'm just going to give this a mix, and each home has a way of cooking the sambar. Sometimes some homes would just boil the tamarind, roast the onions, roast all the ingredients, add the tamarind and cook the spinach separately, and then give it a brisk boil. So each one does it differently. This is the way I like to cook all the vegetables in just one single shot. I'm going to add just a little bit of water, about 1/4 cup. So now I'm going to pressure cook this for about 2 whistles and then turn off the heat, and I'm going to release the pressure immediately because it doesn't take time to cook and I don't want the palak to get overcooked as well. And I'm going to release it with a fork or by running it under cold water. So the palak is cooked completely in the tamarind water. I'm just going to release the pressure by placing a fork under it. You can also release it by placing it under running water if that helps. Now that the pressure is released, let's open the pressure cooker immediately And there you go. It's cooked and it still looks a beautiful green, and this is exactly how we want it to be. Okay, and this is perfect. At this stage, I'm going to open the dal. The dal is cooked as well, and we'll mash up the dal and then give it a tadka and then bring our sambar to a brisk boil. So the pressure is released from the sambar as well. And that's wonderful. So I'm going to use a potato masher and then mash the dal until it becomes a sort of smooth. It doesn't have to be like a puree. I'm just going to make it just about smooth. Okay, so we don't want big chunks of dal in there. So that looks good. I'm going to keep this to the side now, and we'll make the seasoning, and then we'll put all of them together. So into a preheated pan, a large bowl where you can fit the sambar in, I'm going to add in the oil. And we'll add in the mustard seeds and cumin seeds, some hing, and curry leaves, of course. At the stage, you can also add, baby onions and caramelize it as well. And you can also add garlic and then roast it until it becomes slightly brown. And it's your personal choice, but we prefer not having garlic at home, and I'm hence not adding it. So we'll just give this a stir, and I'm going to add in the dal. Then I'm going to add in the cooked tamarind and spinach. It smells beautiful with the fresh masala that we ground. I just love grinding fresh masala along with coconut. It really heightens the flavor of the dish. Great, so this looks wonderful. And just going to give this a stir and allow the sambar to come to a brisk boil for about 3 to 4 minutes. We're going to give it a taste at that point and see if you need any more salt, and then adjust it accordingly. Okay, the sambar is boiling briskly. We'll just give it a taste. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. The fresh flavors of the roasted masala, as well as a little bit of hint of jaggery and the tangy tamarind, tastes just wonderful. So that's it. Our Soppina Huli is done, and I'm ready to serve it.